Hi, Alex. My name is Kenneth Ward, your grief counselor for today. I just wanted to follow up with you. Um, I know you've had this traumatic experience, and I really would like for us to just, just begin everything. Just let's talk. Let me know where you stand. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm really shook up. Um, I um, I was with my friend. We were driving to a party, and it was my idea to go out. He was he'd just been through a breakup. He was pretty down. I thought it would help him, and um, we were just on our way there. The night had just started and someone hit us, and I I don't know what happened next. The whole thing was kind of a blur as far as um, what what took place. Um, my I remember the police coming. I remember the ambulance, uh, but I was with my buddy Nate, and um, they told me that uh, Nate Nate had been killed, and um, I don't understand. He was just there earlier tonight, and and everything, and I'm blaming myself because of this was my idea to go out tonight, and and I'm just really um, I'm just not even able to process what's happened just tonight.
So you and Nate have been friends for how long?
Oh, years. Yeah, we went to school together. Yeah.
And you've had plenty of times where you've gone out. Um, you may have had to drag him out of bed because you wanted to go out and you guys wanted to party before an exam or any of those things.
Right.
So this particular time isn't any different than any other time, right?
No.
Overall.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so talk to me a little bit more about that relationship. I know that you went to college with him or went to school with him. Um,
Yeah, he's just a solid dude, and he'd been dating this girl Emma for um, I don't know, for a while. It was his first kind of serious relationship, and then I guess things fell apart, and I didn't really get the details. He didn't want to talk about it. He was just kind of down and maybe a little in a bad mood. And I just said, man, there's going to be this party. It's going to be really cool. Totally chill, nothing major, and I think it would do you well to get out of your apartment, come hang out, maybe meet some people, see some folks you haven't seen in a while, and after a lot of coercing on my part, he finally said, "Yeah, okay, I'll come." And you know, I guess I'm just like, always the person that feels like making connections, getting together with people, meeting new people. Those are the things that I think are important and things that help you. So now I'm in this place where I just feel all this guilt, and um, he'd still be here if I hadn't done that.
well, I'm going to tell you this isn't your fault. I'm going to tell you that it isn't your fault because you guys have done this hundreds of times before. You know, you guys have all gotten together, going out on these times, that you're going out on these, to parties and everything, and you never had any issues. This one particular event, you know, we can't account for the person who hit you guys, crossing the lanes or, whatever occurred during that period of time. I don't really want you to go into detail on that. I know you're still processing all of that, but I really want to talk about some of the good times that you and Nate had, because that's where you need to be. You need to bring up or remember those good times. And simply because you don't you don't want to have this, it's never going to go away. You're going to think about it. But what you shouldn't do is blame yourself for the occurrence. That's what I'm hoping that that you'll see somewhere down the line. It's not going to be today, it's not going to be tomorrow. But let's start working on you. Um, I know you're being released today, and that's really good. Who's coming to pick you up?
Another friend of mine.
Have you spoken with your parents? Have you talked to them about everything?
I just told them that I was in an accident, that I was physically okay, and I haven't gone into details about what happened. I wasn't ready to talk, and I didn't want to deal with them being upset or my mom crying or anything like that. I just couldn't deal with all the details, but they know that I'm okay, that I was in an accident.
And that's really important. I would like to set you up for a couple of things. I would like to have some other interventions coming on board with me, not only your conversations with me, but speaking to some other individuals who are going through similar experiences. Um, I think that's going to be crucial to start the healing process. But most of all, it's going to begin with you thinking about a lot of the good times that you had with Nate, understanding that this particular day may have happened no matter what. It may have occurred no matter what the circumstances were. Um, I'm not a spiritual person, but I do believe things happen for a reason. Um, were you weren't drinking? Nate wasn't drinking.
No,
Do we know if did you find out anything about the person that was driving the other
yeah,
vehicle?
he was drunk.
Okay, so,
Was a young man. I don't know the details beyond that.
okay,
I'm sure there'll be a police report.
right. But you do know you were in your own lane when the accident occurred.
Yeah, we weren't at fault. I wasn't at fault.
Well, there you were doing everything right, Adam. Did everything that you can do to get you where you needed to be safely. And it was someone else's negligence that had that particular outcome. As severe as it is, the loss of a friend, a close friend, is very traumatic, and I know that. Um, but again, not being your fault, not saying that you can't mourn. You're going to have to. That's part of the process. That's part of the process of grieving. But I also want you to know that, and making it crystal clear to you, that it's not your fault. There was nothing you can do. You didn't foresee this coming. You wanted to make sure that your friend had a good time, and you wanted to get him out of the doldrums that he was feeling at that time.
Right.
There was nothing wrong with any of those things. You know, It- usually from my understanding, a lot of times the person who survives an accident like this is the one that takes the onus, believing that they were the ones that not only maybe they should have been the victim as well, or dead as well, but they blame themselves for the occurrence. And it's going to take some time for us to get through all of that, but I'm hoping that we can. But I want you to talk a little bit more.
Yeah,
Whatever
it's
you're
just such a loss, and I just I just can't even imagine Nate's parents, his older brother, who was in our circle as well. Um, all that they're feeling, all that he was such a good guy, just an awesome guy, super smart, a lot of fun, very reasonable person. and it's just so hard. It's so hard to think about.
It's such a, because it's so early in the event, I, I'd like to know in your own thoughts right now, and I know it's very cloudy. What is your next steps? What do you think you want to do? You just go home?
Yeah, I think I just want to go home and relax. Um, call a few people, um, talk to them and just let them know that I'm okay. Maybe I have a couple people in mind I think I can tell the whole story to, or as I know it, that I feel will be understanding, um, that I can just kind of really be honest with and let go of the emotions that I have then.
So have that good core around you.
Yeah, I
That-
think so.
That's a good start. That's gonna be a great start. Um, let's start there. Let's start there because I also just thinking about how your parents, once they hear the full story, they see you and how that goes. Uh, do you anticipate?
Yeah, they're good folks and I have a pretty good relationship with them. They live out of state, but I know they've been supportive of me and I think you know they're gonna wanna talk to me, they're gonna wanna see me. Um, I just know there's gonna be a lot of emotion on the part of my mom. I just I don't want to deal with it tonight. I can't deal with it tonight. But she knows that I'm okay, so
Just a couple questions. Them being out of state, you don't plan on returning home. You're going to just
no, I'll
stay.
stay in town. I've got things to do here. Most of my friends are here, so my core group of folks are kind of here. So
And I'm asking that question because I want to know, once I compile the services that we're going to use, I want to make sure whether I'm compiling for Rhode Island or I'm going to compile them for here.
no, it'll be here.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent, excellent. Then that's, at least for now, um, that's all that I want to discuss. Is there anything else that you want to talk to me about?
I don't think so. But I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you opening up to, I know this is so early with everything that's going on and it's still spinning in your head, I'm sure. But I'm gonna give you my number, make sure you reach out to me. And I'll have that information for you, or the other services that are gonna be available to you. And you can always uh, call me at any point in time. If you have a change of heart, you want to sit down and talk a little bit more, want to discuss things a little bit more. I'm here.
All right. Thank you, Kenneth.
That's Adam, I think.